for this IRF signature book reading session. Today's book spotlight will be Reading the Qur'an, the Contemporary Relevance of the Sacred Text of Islam, by author Professor Ziauddin Sardar, who is joining us this evening. The book was published by Oxford University Press in 2011. In this book, the author argues that Quran has become, quote, a stick used for ensuring conformity and suppressing dissenting view, unquote. He contends that the Quran is not fixed in stone for all time, but a dynamic text which every generation must encounter anew, and whose relevance and implications for our time we have yet to fully discover, unquote. So these are the words from the publisher, Oxford University Press. But this evening we have Professor Sardar with us. I think this is a very rare opportunity to have Professor Sardar join in one of our IRF events. We really thank you for joining us, and thank you, Professor Dr. Farooq, for inviting him. We have a chance to hear from him directly about the book. The book was published about 7 years ago, and it was also partly inspired by the Guardian blog on the Quran, blogging the Quran, if I'm correct, if I recall the title. Yeah. Blogging the Quran. It was very, very popular actually at that time, and it triggered a lot of discussions at global level. So a very brief introduction to Professor Sardar. Professor Sardar is a writer, broadcaster, and a cultural critic. He is the author of more than 50 books. Actually, he's one of the most prolific and productive writers at global scale as a Muslim intellectual. The books are mostly written about Islam, science, and contemporary culture.
No, you just tell him you need to go to Mr.
One of the most claimed books of Professor Sardar is also the Desperately Seeking Paradise.
Yes.
That's one of the books that people really love it. It's autobiographical descriptions of Prof. Sardar's journey from very early age to late, I think, early 20s. On his quest for authentic Islam. So Professor Sardar has been cited, has been listed by Prospect magazine as one of the Britain's top 100 intellectuals. He is currently Director of Center for Post-Normal Policy and Future Studies at East West University of Chicago. Co-editor of Quarterly Critical Muslim. I think most of us have already been in touch with the high quality content of Critical Muslim magazine. He's also a consulting editor for Futures, monthly journal on policy planning and future studies, and also he's the chair of Muslim Institute based on Islam, based on London. So I personally would like to say that Professor Sardar has been writing, commenting, and interpreting on Islam way before Islam became a fashion and trend, topping the chart of Islamophobia, which is very much on the vogue recently. Professor Sardar has been focused on Islam and on its content and discontent even before the affair, Rushdie affair, even before Islam became one of most discussed or contestable topics on Huntingtonian clash of civilizations. So I believe without further ado, I'd like to invite Professor Sardar to have the speech this evening.